Right, today's recipe, I'm going to take inspiration from my new cookbook. I've got a beautiful recipe, miso glazed salmon with a pickled watermelon salsa. We're actually going to take that miso glaze and we're going to apply it to cod. So we're going to make like that kind of blackened miso glazed cod. We're going to serve it up with some beautiful pickled cucumbers that I've stolen from my father-in-law's garden, the kid's grandfather. So we're going to just really nice, summery, light, fresh, beautiful flavors. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make our miso glaze. So I've got some red miso paste. So this is like really savory, okay? It's basically an Asian umami. I'm going to add a little bit of soy sauce just to let it down, so a little bit more umami. So it's quite salty what's going on in there at the moment. Then we're going to add a little splash of white wine vinegar. That's going to give it a little bit of tartness. And then I'm going to add a little bit of brown sugar because we want the fish to kind of take that deep colour. Okay, so just mix it all together. Get that miso blended right in with the soy and the vinegar. You could use lemon juice or lime juice if you wanted to, that's no problem. And then what I urge you to do is just have a little taste. It's quite intense because it's to go on the fish. But what you want to do is sort of work out, is that salty enough? Is it tart enough? Is it too sweet? Where are you with it? For me, bang on. I'm happy with that. It's got a savouriness, it's got a tartness, it's not too sweet. And that is exactly where I want it to be. Okay, so let's get a tray, let's get our fish out. So it's just a little bit of oil on the bottom there. And then I'm going to take my cod fillet. So I like to cook my fish sort of in a big piece rather than, like, if there's two of us, let's cook one big piece and share it rather than two piddly little pieces. And then all we're going to do is, I've got my seasoning in here because we've got our miso and we've got our soy in there. So all I'm going to do is I'm just going to spoon it straight on. And then I'm just going to work it into the fish a bit, like that. Make sure that it's all coated. And then I'm going to put a little bit more on again. And then I'm going to pop this into the oven. Now I've got it on fan with the top element as well, because I want the fish to cook at the top of the oven quite quickly. Right, while the fish is cooking, that's going to give us enough time to pickle our cucumber, okay? So we want to keep a bit of crunch. So I've got some white wine vinegar here. What's that? About 80 mils, something like that. And then we're going to take our cucumbers. Just going to nick them. You can do this with normal cucumbers. Doesn't have to be these nice little ones. But what I find with these ones is when my father-in-law grows them, they've got like real flavour. Whereas your supermarket ones are just made to just grow quickly. There's no flavour in them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the seeds out because that's where the water is. We want to pickle. We don't want to dilute it with water. So just teaspoon and just push the seeds out or pull it back. Either way, just get rid of all that water. And then we've just got crispy, crunchy flavour. Right, there we go. And then we're going to just simply cut them about 1 centimetre pieces because you don't want them too thin, otherwise they're going to go limp. You still want them to maintain that sort of crunch, okay? Right, by now your vinegar should have come up to the boil, which ours has. Let's just add them straight in, okay? And then we're just gonna let them cook for about a minute and that's it, okay? While they're cooking, we're just gonna add a few sesame seeds, some black sesame, and then I've got some white sesame, and then I've got some spring onions here. So these are going to mix with the pickled cucumber to kind of make the salad, okay? So I'm just going to peel the outer skin off because it's seen better days. Now remember, if you want the recipe, go to petersidwell.com. You can get it there. That's where we post all our recipes. You can also get our latest cookbook from there. We have it signed and we can post it out to you, no problem. Get it on Amazon, you get it wherever you like, really. But this is very much our kind of food, our kind of recipes. So let's slice our spring onions. And they're just going to be nice and raw and crunchy. Like the miso glaze of the cod is quite intense. So we want to lighten everything up and give it just a really nice bit of balance, I think. So raw spring onions or scallions. And then I've got some coriander here. So I'm going to chop the stalk. I'm going to add the stalk into the cucumber. And then I'm going to open my knife out and just loosen it up. Just a nice little bit of chopped coriander or cilantro, isn't it? People call it as well. But there you go. Now, if you look at the cucumber, it's still raw, but it's absorbing pickle. So it's going to be quite... Do you like pickled things, Carlos? Yeah. Are you a cucumber fan?
Yeah, I love cucumbers.
Yeah? Right, I'm going to switch that off. That's done. Let me get a bowl. I want to just take it off the heat now, because what I don't want is the cucumbers to cook particularly. I just want them to have taken on that tang. Right, cod is cooked. Look at that, it smells amazing. All I'm going to do is that last little bit of glaze is going on there. I do not want to lose that. And then maybe I'll just put a little bit on there. Okay, so we've got our spring onions and our coriander. So that's just going to go in. And then it is just super simple, this dish. It's very pure, it's very clean. There's not a lot to go wrong with this one. There we go, just a lovely salad. Pickled cucumber, spring onions, and coriander. And then just take a chunk. Don't worry about cutting it or anything like that. Just get a fish slice, portion it up. There we go, look. We oiled the tin. So it can just go on there. Look at that beautiful miso glazed cod with cucumber that's been pickled with spring onion and coriander. What a beautiful summer dish. Super quick, cooked in 10 minutes.